Northeast India, the land of the rising sun, one-horned rhino, daunting Kanchanjunga, mighty Brahmaputra, stunning waterfalls, marvelous caves and much, much more. One of the majestic places in India, boasting a unique, pristine, beautiful and diverse ecosystem. Like in life, strongest battles go to the toughest. Similarly, nature puts the most pristine ecosystem to test. Northeast India has seen floods in 7 out of the last 8 years, with 2014 being the only exception. One could all but imagine the stress on the ecosystem caused due to such periodic extreme events. This video has been made with an intention of being a voice of all those who have suffered during the unrelenting floods in the Northeast year after year. As we present this video, the northeastern parts of India are witnessing very heavy rains, the second time this season, with the first event occurring between 26th to 29 June 2020. Nature always sends a warning before it is ready to show its wrath. In the recent Assam floods of June 2020, nature did send warning signals, which unfortunately we couldn't decipher. A herd of elephants moving away from the riverbed in Assam, with foresight that something bad is coming their way. One may shun it as a mere coincidence, but the sequence of events post their migration tells you a different story. And this is the story of one of nature's repeated fury on India's ecologically supreme northeastern states of India. Although there are many aspects of how the southwest monsoon affects northeast India, one cannot ignore the theory of bursting, which perhaps has a huge influence on this particular region. The theory of bursting is related to the movement of the intertropical convergence zone and subtropical jet stream during the summer months. During the summer months, in the northern hemisphere, the land gets heated up, resulting in a low pressure. During the same time, the intertropical convergence zone slowly and steadily starts its northward journey from the equator. This causes the monsoon winds to move from the ocean towards the land. The tall Himalayan ranges restrict the monsoon winds from moving further, thereby resulting in widespread monsoon rains over the south, central, and eastern parts of India. It is only when the Tibetan plateau heats up significantly more than the Himalayas that the intertropical convergence zone abruptly shifts north and reaches the foothills of Himalayas. When this happens, the monsoon currents become very active over the northeastern parts of India, resulting in a burst of monsoon rains. The onset of the southwest monsoon is driven by the shift of the subtropical westerly jet, which moves north from the plains of India towards the Tibetan plateau. As the Tibetan plateau heats up, the low pressure created over it pulls the westerly jet up north. However, the lofty Himalayas block the movement of this westerly jet. With continuous drop in the surface pressure due to the heating, sufficient upward force is created that eventually allows the westerly jet to cross the Himalayas. This further aids in the burst of monsoon rains over northeast India. This theory of bursting, which happens during the southwest monsoon season, brings extreme rainfall for northeast India. The southwest monsoon is responsible for 90% of the annual rainfall to this region. April to October are the months where most of the rainfall in northeast India is realized, with June to August being the rainiest months. The proximity to the monstrous Bay of Bengal leads to early monsoon rains, as early as June, when the monsoon system starts spreading its wings over the North Bay of Bengal. This proximity also ensures that northeast India receives good pre-monsoon and post-monsoon rains, with December to February being the only dry period. Analysis of monsoon rainfall for the last 8 years shows that northeast India has been flooded invariably on 7 out of these 8 occasions, with 2016, 2018 and 2020 being the worst affected years. A famous remark prevails for this region that there is nothing called heavy rains for the northeast. It is either very heavy or extremely heavy. Therefore, it is no shocker that the wettest place on earth is in northeast India. In fact, there is a competition between Mawsynram and Cherrapunji, both of which receive an annual rainfall greater than 11,000 millimeters. During the monsoon season, the moist winds from the Bay of Bengal are forced to converge into the narrower zone over the Khasi Hills. Because of this, a lot of moisture gets concentrated in this region. The alignment of the Khasi Hills allows this moist air to get uplifted, resulting in condensation, followed by intense and continuous rainfall for extended periods. When talking about northeast India, the mighty Brahmaputra has to find a mention. Respected and revered, the mighty Brahmaputra is the lifeline of the people of northeast. The Brahmaputra rises in Tibet, east of Mansarovar Lake, very close to the sources of Indus and Satluj. It is slightly longer than the Indus, and most of its course lies outside India. In Tibet, the river carries a smaller volume of water as it is a cold and dry region. In India, it passes through a region of high rainfall, and therefore the quantity of water carried by the Brahmaputra in India and bordering Bangladesh is huge. The Brahmaputra has a braided channel in its entire length in Assam and forms many riverine islands. Every year during the rainy season, the river overflows its banks, causing widespread devastation due to floods in Assam and Bangladesh. Unlike other North Indian rivers, the Brahmaputra is marked by huge deposits of silt on its bed, causing the riverbed to rise. Extensive flooding is virtually an annual occurrence in the Brahmaputra Valley during the summer monsoon. In addition, tidal surges accompanying tropical cyclones sweeping inland from the Bay of Bengal periodically bring great destruction to the delta region. One such storm, the Ganges Brahmaputra Delta Cyclone, also called the Bhola Cyclone, in November 1970, caused an estimated 400,000 deaths and flooded a vast area. In the 21st century, the delta has also been affected by rising sea levels as a result of global warming. The Central Water Commission of India, part of the Ministry of Jal Shakti, is the nodal agency in terms of flood monitoring and alerts. The Flood Forecasting Network covers 325 stations with 197 low-lying areas, cities, and towns, besides 128 reservoirs all over the country. The network is spread on 20 river systems, including but not limited to the Ganga and Brahmaputra river basins. During episodes of very heavy rains, the Commission issues flood warning so that people living around the Brahmaputra riverbanks can migrate to a safer location. Given the vastness of the mighty Brahmaputra, when it unleashes its fury, it is equivalent to Lord Shiva getting angry. In spite of the warnings from the Commission, the loss of life seems to be on a higher side, primarily because either this information doesn't reach the end user on time, or the end user doesn't consider this information as important until the flooding event starts. In order to increase social awareness, the Central Water Commission has a presence in social media like Twitter. This is likely to help in the timely dissemination of vital information and will play an important role in reducing the impact of floods. Kaziranga National Park, home to the one-horned rhino, is bounded by the Brahmaputra River to the north and the hills of Karbi Anglong to the south. It is also home to several globally threatened species such as the Bengal tiger, Indian elephant, wild water buffalo, sambar deer, hog deer, and western hoolock gibbon. The annual floods put immense pressure on these animals. Floods are part of an ecological process, and animals possess a natural instinct to respond to this by moving towards natural highlands, such as to the hills of Karbi Anglong. However, some of the flooding events have reached such catastrophic levels that they submerge these hills, drowning the animals. This has resulted in some species in Kaziranga being tagged as rare and endangered. The animals start moving towards the natural highland from June. The hog deer migrate in big numbers and elephants start moving towards the west. However, hog deers are amongst the biggest casualties during the annual floods. Their seasonal migration occurs through specific routes or animal corridors, which are increasingly being encroached upon by human settlements and commercial establishments that block the animals' natural paths. Experts say that a sustainable solution lies in recovering these animal corridors and giving the wildlife full access to their natural highlands. It is quite disheartening to see animals fleeing the natural habitat in large numbers. But it is also important to mention here that the rescue operations of such animals have been done with much compassion and care by the officials of Kaziranga. A wholehearted thanks to these wonderful souls, the real heroes. Heavy rains have already lashed Assam in June 2020 due to the theory of bursting that we discussed earlier in this video. The presence of Brahmaputra magnifies the effects of flood every time heavy rain lashes this part of the country. By the time the river enters Assam, it deposits vast amount of this silt, leading to erosion and floods. As the river comes from a high slope to a flat plain, its velocity decreases suddenly, and this results in the river unloading the sediment. The river channels prove inadequate during the siltation, leading to floods. The current wave of floods has affected 1 million people and has already claimed more than 30 lives. But experts say that the worst is yet to come. Assam experiences 2 to 3 flood waves until the end of the monsoon season. In terms of total annual scale and effect of flooding, Assam had seen worse floods in 1988, 1998, 2004 and 2012. As on 30th June 2020, floods along with landslides affected 22 districts in Assam. 2 people died in Arunachal Pradesh due to a landslide. Around 2,000 villages were underwater and 87,000 hectares of crop area was damaged. The water level was above danger mark in several cities. More than 50% of the area of Kaziranga National Park and Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary were affected by floods, forcing animals to move to other places. Floods are not new for this region, but it has happened at a time when we are all learning to adjust with an intruder, the coronavirus. When the administration has their hands full in battling with this pandemic and training people on how to handle COVID-19, they also have to deal with the floods and figure out a way to handle both in a mutually inclusive manner. Since most of the people in the affected districts are daily wage laborers, they are unable to venture out for work amidst this pandemic. And the flooding situation has made things worse. It has been reported that children in the affected districts are getting just 1 meal a day. This will be a very difficult year for Assam and the rest of the northeastern regions of India, as they have to battle the COVID-19 pandemic along with the floods, which is a recurring event. We offer our heartfelt prayers for Northeast India to bounce back from this adversity. Northeast India, the land of the rising sun, admirable rivers, daunting Kanchenjunga, endangered wildlife, stunning waterfalls, marvelous caves, and much more. One of the most pristine ecosystems in India that witness destructive floods year after year, but doesn't get the attention it deserves. The intention of this video is to echo the emotions of the people of Assam and the rest of Northeast India as they battle a double crisis. Now, all they want is some compassion and care. And that is just a tweet or a report away. It is in our hands to preserve nature's gift to India. You could play your part by sharing this video and informing people about how floods affect the balanced ecosystem of Northeast India. In the upcoming days, if we see people talking about Northeast floods, the role of Khasi Hills and Brahmaputra, impact on Kaziranga and other such things, we believe our purpose is achieved. A purpose with which we started this initiative to create awareness about the Northeast India floods and its impact on the ecosystem. Thank you for watching this video. Please share it with your family and friends. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for instant notification. Please stay tuned for more videos in this documentary series on flood. Until then, goodbye from the entire MedConnect team.